welcome to the History Hunter, our small adventures with the WW2 time frame. Today it's me and my daughter. We're heading out to a position where the Germans had a lot of activity. We haven't actually figured out completely what they did here, but there are some traces in the ground even today. So join us and let's see if we can show you something from the past here today. My daughter just found this, just the surface fine actually. It's a bit hilly here, so we probably will find all kinds of things, but maybe that's for good luck, who knows. Cool. Just a random trip here today. That's a bullet tip. That's cool. Looks like it could have come from the MG or K98 792. Cool. Starting good here. It's a bit hilly right here, but that's what we're after. On the top there was a few strategic cannon positions. There's another cartridge. See if I can get the date out of it. But it seems like they did a lot of firing here. I know for sure that they did defend some Luftwaffe locations very rigidly from this spot here, so this is definitely from some of the activity that they took part in. Got this macro racer, very precise machine, lightweight with small coil. I can find almost anything up to about 40 centimeters, so really enjoy this machine. It's like a tanks. Look there, the bullets just comes pouring out of the ground here today. That's cool. There's a red color-coded sort of back there. Do I see 1941? No, 1938. Very cool. You won't get a better confirmation than that. Look at that, 1938 P186. Very cool. It's a red base, so I think could be a tracer, and maybe that is what they did. They shot it with machine gun up towards the aircraft trying to destroy the Luftwaffe location. You can see this one, what I found. My daughter found that one. I think it says 1941, and very good finding. That's found from my daughter. We can't figure out what it is, but it's here at the German location, so who knows. I think we might found something from the Allied. I think it's a 45 slug from the tip of a 45 Colt maybe. Very big. Wow, amazing. My daughter has found something very, very special. Could you tell me a little bit, what is that thing there?
A German artillery fuse.
It's a German artillery fuse parts. What kind of cannon do you think it came from?
88.
88s, yeah, I think so too. Look at that. Right here in the ground you can see the numbers there. This part here I believe could be a timed sort of fuse. We're gonna clean them very good and check them out, but look at that right here. Amazing. Good stuff, girl. Right here is a dugout. It's been a foxhole pointing that way, uphill or downhill. So they dug up around here. Here's the embankment. It's been sort of eroded away during the years, but very often you can find cartridges, maybe small pieces from the equipment in the foxholes. Also seeing a foxhole a little bit over there, so this is starting to get quite interesting if you ask me. 76 something. Let's see if I can get the pinpointer out. Maybe we'll do a live dig together. Oh, it's right there. What could it be? What could it be? It's probably, there it is, there's a cartridge. Yeah, look at that. It's coming up from the ground right there in front of our eyes. I think there was a massive sort of activity here. I think it must have been, oh, so maybe we have a cartridge spill Oh, you can see it right there. Look at that. It's down there. So something happened. There was no point in wasting a lot of ammunition if it wasn't that something. Look at that. And I've seen a lot of these from the 40s, late 30s. Look at that, another one. So we have a cartridge spill, at least for 3 of those. Maybe something more is wheeling around here. Yeah, something down here. This is fun, huh? What do you say? Definitely in the right time frame. Look at that, guys and girls. P2 49 1940, and that's the correct date of the attack that the Germans sort of had on this location. So very, very nice. A nice small cartridge spill, probably from a German unloading his Mauser K98, and who knows, maybe we could find a master clip around here. Very cool. That's typical. I'm just bragging about a small cartridge spill. Look at my daughter. How many do you have? 30, 40 at least. Wow. And that is another type of rifle. But the Germans took all of these rifles when they sort of occupied the area, and they started using the local militaries. Rifles and ammunition. And it's all there. Have you checked the hole? Is it more? Or?
It's no more.
No more, okay. Look at that. So I was so proud of my small cartridge spill with 5 or 4 cartridges, and of course he just ruins me. Very nice. So there you go. Never go out on a metal detecting trip with this girl, because you will definitely lose. I keep losing all the time, so better luck next time to Daddy. My daughter's like a history magnet. It's amazing. She can be wandering around in the forest with 8-10 other guys, grown-up guys with the most advanced detectors you can ever imagine. She will pull out her Fisher F2. It's like a total beginner's machine. Just dig stuff and you won't believe what she will come up with. So I'm very fortunate to have this sort of relics magnet around me. Some of it must sort of smear off to me sometimes. Right there, that's another foxhole. It's not easy to recognize, but I do see the contours of how it was. Probably the rock was up here, and this was the front of the foxhole, and you could have a couple of guys there with either maybe some K98s or a machine gun. My daughter is sort of digging a hole here. Be patient, my girl. And of course we just cleaned that one, and look what she's pulling out. That is definitely a artillery shell. You can see the band going around there, you can see the curve. Absolutely incredible. And this brass band shows that it's been fired through a barrel, so it starts to twist. And I don't understand why she always finds this sort of cool stuff. Very nice, very, very nice. Yeah, of course she found another thing. That's the Seltbahn button aluminium from the German tents. That's what I think it is. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is that. Very cool, very good. And of course she kicks my ass again. Look at that. Wooden tipped practice ammunition. Very rare. Too bad the total tip is not there, but that is very rare to find. It will rot off, of course. It's not used, so we'll check the date on the back. I think this is a small Holy Madonna moment. Look at that. Could it really be? Could it really be? Yes. It is a complete sort of top from one of the big artillery shells. Wow. Aluminium. If I'm very lucky, we can see some dates and numbers on the top there. Wow. That is a true Holy Madonna moment for me, at least. Amazing. I'll clean it up and I'll let you see what it looks. Well, I was mistaken to say it was a artillery shell fuse. It's actually a mortar fuse. They're used on the 5 and 8 centimeter fuses. But let's see, it's aluminium, sort of impact fuse. Got a number there, 10C, but when we turn it around, it gets even more exciting. It's got a, I think it's a GOK. There is the date, 1941, and there. Z38, da ist die Sunter 38. So very nice. I cleaned it up and I'm very satisfied with the condition, even though it's sort of very corroded like that. But it's got the date 1941, it's got the production code with the 3 letters, and most important of all, it's the Sunter 38 right there. Absolutely a small holy Madonna moment for me. I think I found a very rare surface find here. Look at that. That's been there for a very long time. Look at that. Yeah, it's a digging tool. Let me see. Yeah, it is a German trench tool. I recognize these sort of rivets here, and it's the large type that you do entrenching with. Look at that as a surface find. That is pretty wild. Still there. It's been there for so many years. Wow, that is really cool. It's just an old rusty trench tool, but for me it's like a small gem from the past. My daughter just made an incredible discovery. Look at that. This is the lower defense system and the trenches running over here. Wow, I've never ever seen this. Look at that. Trenches going all over the place. That is insane. How did you see this? I've never seen this before. Wow. I'm down into a trench that the Germans dug to sort of... wow, this is rather special. Look at that. Hundreds of meters with trenches here. Never ever saw that. My daughter is so good at spotting things. I'm impressed. And there are even some trenches up there, so let's go and have a look at that. Would you believe it? Hundreds of meters of the original World War II trenches still here. Amazing. We're just very briefly checking some of the foxholes here. Look at that. There's a flush container from the German here, used by the German soldiers to eat, and it's down in one of the shallower foxholes, and it's absolutely amazing. Look here, there's a foxhole. It's just been covered with brush and stuff like that during the years, and it's everywhere. There are foxholes everywhere, so we're going to check them out in a adventure coming up soon. Still around the trencher, look at that. That is pure Panzer steel. It's here in the ground. Wow, I'm getting really excited now. And I've seen several pieces here. That is Panzer steel. Right down there, I think we made a very special discovery. See if we can, maybe you can do it. Just clean it very gently. Looks like a pineapple hand grenade. Look at that. Wow, there's the front. Holy crap, look at that. We're not sure whether we're going to touch it. We're going to let it stay there, or... I've never seen that here. Maybe that is from the Allied attacking this spot. Holy crap. We're not sure whether we should leave it there or what. Wow. Wow, this is amazing. My daughter's like a bloodhound. She can sniff up everything. So we found that food container, definitely German. We found rounds after rounds of the German ammunition. We found that maybe it's Allied pineapple hand grenade. Insane. And you can see here foxhole, and I'm coming up towards the higher ground trench system here. Let's have a look. Here we are. I don't know where we are. I have to get my daughter. But look at that, here we are. This is the trench system on the top here. We stumbled upon something that we never knew was here. That is so great to see. We'll definitely try our best to let you see some more adventures from this spot later on. But for now, oh, I almost fell. We definitely have to do something else. But I just want to take the opportunity to really say thank you to all of you behind us. I know you're watching behind your screen, and I hope that you are enjoying yourself, sort of getting the feel of what's happening and what we're doing. I have to say it's a pleasure to be able to share all of this with you here, and I have to say very much thank you for that. Here's another piece of the trench system. We'll do our best to show you some more here in the near future. So until then, thank you very much for watching, subscribing, giving the thumbs up or comment. Really appreciate that. Until next time, have a nice day, and I'll see you later.